Raila Amolo Odinga is back into the country. Raila Odinga sneaked into the country at night. And personally, I was informed about his arrival around 11 p.m. in the night. And Kenyans are asking themselves one big question. Why did he sneak at night? And many of his supporters are actually disappointed because they had planned to organize for him a major second edition of Baba While You're Away. And even if it was not going to be possible, most of his supporters had actually planned to go and receive him at the airport. But apart from the family members and very close allies, very few people knew about Raila Odinga's arrival. So I want to look at the reasons why Raila Odinga probably arrived at night without the knowledge of Kenyans. But before we do that, I want us to talk about something which I think is extremely important. The current situation we are facing into this country. And I know all of us, even whether you are in the country or outside the country, because most of my subscribers are actually outside the country. I know you know a friend, a relative, or a cousin, a brother or a sister who is in this country. Please advise them that this COVID thing is real. Kenyans are dismissing this thing. Last week, we lost a medical doctor, Doreen Adesa, a young doctor from Bungoma. She was laid to rest yesterday. I saw a video from Oroma police station, and I was shocked. And indeed, this thing, in one way or the other, because the first question Kenyans were asking themselves is, do you know anybody who knows anybody who knows anybody? So at least now we know people who have been affected directly by this. And even if you don't know, I want to remind you that Musa Otieno, the former Harambee Stars captain, who was busy helping the poor during this difficult time, just left the hospital the other day. And I want to remind you that Robert Burale is also in hospital. And Kenyans are even doubting that. So my advice to you guys is, let us continue reminding our people to do the basic three. Let us wash our hands and sanitize. Let us keep social distancing. And let us wear the mask. And if you can avoid crowded places, please do. I think that's very important for us as a country, and that's my contribution on this channel. So please pass this message to your friends, relatives. Now back to the main issue. When Junet Mohamed, the Suna East Member of Parliament, and Hassan Joho, the Mombasa governor, left this country last week to Dubai to visit Raila Amolo Odinga in a private jet, and not just a private jet, in a luxurious private jet. And not just that, these guys went into from Kenya to Dubai, only 2 people, in a jet which has a capacity of 17 people. When they left this country, something told me, and I know many Kenyans, that the 2 allies of Raila Odinga were actually going to Dubai to bring Baba home. That was very clear. But I also spoke to one of the handlers around Raila Odinga, and he told me that the wish was that Raila Odinga was going to stay much longer in Dubai so that he could recover there. Because their fear was that when Raila Odinga when Raila Odinga is brought into this country, he was going to be exposed. He will allow people to go and visit him, and then probably he will not get room to recover. But Raila Odinga arrived yesterday in the same private jet with Hassan, Joho, and Junet Mohamed on board, and I'm sure with the daughter Makwiny Odinga, and probably the team which went with him to Dubai. And we also know that when Raila Odinga went to Dubai, there were speculations that Raila Odinga was in bad shape, that Raila Odinga was taken there as a master of emergency. But after he landed there, he underwent the surgery. Raila Odinga personally shared a video of himself assuring Kenyans that he was going to come back. But the question which Kenyans are asking, why was he sneaking into the country at night? Why? Because this is a man who Kenyans really were concerned when he got sick. Kenyans, even those, both friends and foe, actually wished him well. But why was he sneaking into the country? In my view, Raila Odinga did that because of 4 reasons. Number one, I think Raila Odinga was trying to stop the supporters from joining him at the airport. Assuming Raila Odinga announced publicly that he was going to come back yesterday, is there any guarantee that crowd was going to be managed from going to the airport to receive him? That guarantee was not there. So I think Raila didn't want a situation where he's going to put more Kenyans to risk. So he wanted to avoid a situation where his arrival is going to cause another problems for the country. So he decided to sneak. That's why Junet Mohamed, when he was asked, said very clearly yesterday that they are coming on Wednesday. When Mbadi was asked, Mbadi also talked of this week, not very sure of specific day, but he was sure that Raila Odinga was coming this week. So which means these guys knew something, but they were hiding it from Kenyans. So they didn't want the ODM supporters and Raila Odinga supporters to go to the airport, to jam the airport, because sometimes they can be rowdy, to receive Raila Odinga. So I think that's number one. Number two, I think Raila Odinga is also trying to set an example. He didn't want a situation where he breaks the regulations which are put in place by the government. And if you listened to Uhuru Odinga, who is the family spokesman, Uhuru Odinga was very clear that Raila Odinga is going to arrive into this country, and once he arrives into the country, Raila Odinga is going to self-quarantine for 14 days. So that's basically the government directive, that anybody coming outside the country is going to arrive into the country. Once you arrive into the country, then you self-quarantine for 14 days. Remember, these guys, before he left here, he was on, he actually took the COVID test, which tested negative. He went there, I'm sure, because of those other countries, probably because of the status of the healthcare facilities, no much contact. But the government is clear, if you come back to the country, please go and quarantine yourself. And the other directive the government gave was very clear, that we must avoid overcrowding. You must avoid meetings. So if Raila Odinga was, let's say he announced that he was coming yesterday, I am sure almost half of members of parliament would have been at the airport. Governors, senators, the entire ODM MCS in Nairobi would be at the airport. And the men in black would be at the airport just to secure him. And their fanatics would have been at the airport. So that would have meant breaking that government directive against meeting. Remember, Raila Odinga and Atuli and the rest have always been accused of meeting at Ndugu Francis Atwoli's home. So Raila Odinga, in my view, didn't want a situation where he's also accused again of disregarding government directives. Number 3, the other reason why I think Raila Odinga sneaked into the country, I think, we are talking of Raila Odinga undergoing a minor operation. Of course, there are minor operations. Raila Odinga is not a young man. That's the fact. Any operation on him today cannot qualify to be called minor. So probably he has recovered. But the doctors advised him to take a break. And I'm going back to Uhuru Odinga. He said once he come back, he's going to have a rest. Apart from rest, he's also going to self-quarantine. What that means is that even people visiting him at home are going to be restricted. So basically, the idea is to give him chance to recover. And 2 weeks, in my view, is a good time for him to recover. But my idea would have been that staying outside there would have been the best. Because once Raila Odinga is here, I don't think it will be possible to stop certain even family members, because he's an old man, so he has huge extended family. He has supporters all over, some outside the country. I'm not sure whether they'll be able to allow him to recover. And something tells me that the doctors actually advised him to take a break so that he can recover fully and probably re-energize for the campaigns. Because from 2017 up to now, I still don't know when Raila Odinga actually took break from politics and from public eyes. At the 2013 election, Raila Odinga went to Boston and he rested there for 3 good months. And when he came back, they organized Baba Waliawe and he was re-energized. This time, I've not seen Raila Odinga taking a break. So probably the doctors advised him to take that. And lastly, I think it also could be a political strategy. Robert Greene, in his 48 laws of power, law number 16, is advising us to use absence to increase respect and honor. Raila Odinga has been in the public domain for a very long time. I think it is now time for him to take that break and create absence. So when Raila Odinga will not be in the political scene, he's going to increase respect and honor. Kenyans are going to ask, where is Raila Odinga? What is his opinion on this? Why is he quiet? Na kwa nini, why is Raila Odinga sneaking into the country? Why couldn't he just come back publicly? Kwani huyu jamaa amepona, is he sick or is he not sick? Huyu jamaa alienda operation kweli ama anatudanganya? Those questions. And I've seen Kenyans questioning. In fact, someone was asking, I was reading a post somewhere, I think on Twitter, someone explaining why he strongly believed Raila Odinga was not sick when he decided to go to Dubai. So when you are absent, then people can talk. And politics is about people talking about you. When you are out there too much, then it definitely means that you'll kick people the wrong way, you'll step on toes, and so you'll create a lot of enemies rather than when you are not present. So Raila Odinga is using that strategy. So those are the 4 reasons. But again, I can add as a bonus something which I also feel why he decided to come back is that this virus has refused to go. According to in my own opinion, probably Raila Odinga had anticipated that by going to Dubai, because he's been there for 3 weeks, Uhuru was going to open up the country, which Uhuru has done, and then the country was going to be fully opened, even the meetings were going to be allowed so that he could come later. Unfortunately, the moment Uhuru Kenyatta opened the country, Kenyans are now realizing that it's not going to be possible to operate this way because Kenyans are irresponsible. There's a chance that there's a spike in the number of cases we are witnessing today. And also there's the chance that because of that spike, the government might actually go ahead and lock the country again because of irresponsibility. So it means if Raila, because Raila Odinga is a friend of Uhuru Kenyatta, and probably he knows one or two intelligence, probably he realized that it will not be sustainable for him to wait. Then after 21 days, then the president is going to now lock down the country. So it means if the country is locked, let's say for another 21 days, the way I'm hearing, then it would be impossible for Raila Odinga to even personally come into this country. So he decided, okay, hii kitu imekataa kutoka, so the best thing for me, wacha tu niende nyumbani, nikae na wazazi, nikae na watoto na wajukuu wangu. I don't know what you think, but that's why Raila Odinga, in my view, decided to sneak into the country. And if you are watching this video for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Without your support, this channel cannot be where it is today. Today, we are proud that at least people acknowledge that we have a channel called Makwiny, which is political and objective, is only possible because of the support. I receive a lot of opinion, support, advice from everybody on this channel. So just continue doing that. But don't forget the request I always make to you guys. Share the videos. Share these videos to your friends, please. Number 2, always drop your comments on these videos. By doing that, you help me. Number 3, these are the requests I make. Number 3, the third request I always make is to give the video thumbs up if you like it, or thumbs down if you don't like it. Because from there, I'm also able to gauge the kind of content which you guys like. And number 4, something which I really didn't want to mention here, is that sometimes ads run on this channel. I let YouTube automatically place them. And when I place them, I normally place them every 3 minutes. If I make a video of 15 minutes, that's a lot of time I take. So there's nothing which can stop you from just watching the video. When an ad comes, you can skip, but that's not helping me. If you support the channel, if you see an ad, just let it pass. Just watch it. Just watch it. Then I get something out of it. That's the only way you can help me also. If there are 3 or 4, just watch all of them, because I take long time to do these videos. But again, there's even a chance that I'll remove all those ads, but only if you agree to support this channel. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day.